So as we all know, Bernie Sanders is a Virgo, and Virgos are known for being very neat and clean. So he's a perfect person to have in the Oval Office because the White House staff, when they're cleaning off his desk, won't accidentally vacuum up like the nuclear codes or important documents. So the stars are aligned astrologically for Bernie to be our next president. Astrologers have even come to me and confirmed that. Aside from that, there is a divine plan set in place for Bernie to become president. It's actually predestined. So when I looked at this situation like a mortal, I was thinking, how can we capitalize on this? How can we make Bernie Sanders work for us with this election? And so I sat there and I was thinking about the different ways we can benefit from this. Number one, law of attraction. God wants Bernie. So guess what happens when you speak his name? You directly align yourself with the divine plan. And God says, thank you, I appreciate it. And for you to keep Bernie's name up in the air like a volleyball right now is demonstrating serious blind faith. Why? Because you're being made fun of. Everyone thinks you're an idiot for supporting somebody who's not even the nominee. They're going to call you delusional and they're going to think you're not in touch with reality. Little do they realize that energetically you are in direct alignment with the divine plan. So you are stimulating the law of attraction and attracting positive things onto your path by aligning yourself with a divine intent. So you can benefit from that. How should you benefit from positive universal energies swarming to you? By putting your request in, also known as power manifestation. Thoughts and emotions are energy. So what you send out into the universe is what you attract to yourself. So how do you make power manifestation work for you? You choose your thoughts. You fantasize about Hawaii, the perfect car, the perfect house, the perfect husband or wife, kids, pets. You fantasize. You make the law of attraction work for you. And Bernie has so much energy behind him. I just want people to take out surfboards and ride that energetic wave with power manifestation. Put your request in. Ask for what you want. Ask for what you need. Don't be afraid to pray and to take advantage of all of that momentum behind President Sanders right now, because it's there. When you close your eyes and you meditate and you focus your mind on Bernie Sanders, you can feel the energy show up in your gut. You can feel it show up. So that energy is very real. So take advantage. Another thing is that as mortals, this is purely self-interest, personal gain, right? From all the people who are making fun of you, how can you capitalize on the fact that Bernie's not the nominee right now? We all know that's going to change later because the divine's going to make sure it does. So how can you capitalize on the fact that you know that? How about you start making bets with people? Why don't you start making bets with them? Bet your coworker a nice steak dinner that Bernie's going to be our next president. Because your coworker's going to think you're an idiot and a big fat sucker. They're going to be eager to take you up on it. So you bet them a nice expensive dinner somewhere and then freak them out. Because then later when Bernie becomes the nominee, they're looking at you like, oh man. And then you just walk by him in the hall at work going, right? Maybe not that because that'll land you in HR. But something similar. Fork and knife, whatever, right? So make bets. Have some fun with that, right? Another thing is how along those same lines, why don't you just bet money? Bet you $20 Bernie's our next president. They'll happily take you up on it. People will happily take you up on monetary bets, whatever right now. Because you're in a very precarious position. Because you're showing blind faith, not them. He's not the nominee. So it's a safe bet for them to make against you. So capitalize on that. Another thing besides money is how about some slave labor, right? Why don't you be my slave for the day or for the month? You can wash your car, clean the litter box, clean up dog poo, anything, household chores, whatever, pet sitting, whatever you can get out of them, whatever you can put on the table, slave labor. You know, there's like little coupons that boyfriends and girlfriends make for each other. You know, like, oh, honey, you know, I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you. You know, acts of service. But in this case, just try to enslave them. Another one is tattoos, right? How about if you win, they have to tattoo your face on their arm, like making the thumbs up with like, I love Bernie or something. Like maybe the American flag, an eagle, maybe Bernie's face tossed in there, the White House in the background. You would toss my face in there too, why not? My face maybe doing like a double finger point while you're doing the thumbs up. Tattoos are fun. That shows you're dedicated. How about like a raise at work? Why don't you bet your boss? Hey, if Bernie Sanders becomes president, can I have a raise? Can I have a promotion? Bet your boss. Try to make this election work for you. How about trips? If I win, you have to take me to Vegas. All expenses paid. Take me to Hawaii. All expenses paid. Bet trips. Again, we're trying to capitalize on the fact that these are going to be easy bets for these people to make because they think you're wrong. They think you're delusional. So let them. How do you make it work for you? Have fun with it. You know, now is the time. Now is the time to do this. Now is the time when you're showing blind faith and getting all those brownie points from God, because God rewards blind faith. And God said that this wall was going to come down and it was going to separate the people from separate the people who believed without seeing from the people who believed after he became the nominee and slide it in there later. So just saying, now is the time to support Bernie. It's much more powerful and much more meaningful energetically to the other side, karmically speaking, power manifestation, you name it. Another thing is, again, this is like a very mortal video because I'm talking about self-interest, personal gain, and ego. This video is coming from me, by the way. It's not channeled, in case you couldn't tell. I just decided to have some fun with it. Have a go-to response for when you win, right? Because people are going to be scratching their head and staring at you like, how did you know that? Are you psychic or something? And you say, no, it's because I'm a brilliant genius. And have go-to responses, right? Make sure you're prepared so that you can properly feed your ego when you're right. Come on, guys, gloating's kind of fun, right? You don't have to take it too far, but you know, maybe just little responses here and there. Another thing is, I was thinking of maybe having some t-shirts printed up for when we do win. And you know how we're really big on feel the burn? Well, I was wondering if maybe we can print up t-shirts for the people that lose bets against us that say, I got burned. What do you think? What do you think about that? Is that like in direct alignment with our campaign and our slogan and our marketing? The feel the burn, whatever, fellow burners, whatever. Make t-shirts for the people that lost their bets against us. Say, I got burned. Maybe with like a little flame on it or something. Right? That'd be pretty cool. That'd be hot, literally and figuratively. So that's pretty much the purpose of this video, is how to make this election work for you, how to make Bernie Sanders work for you from a purely self-interest mortal standpoint. I actually work with, you know, the angelic realm all day, every day, so it's really nice to make a purely egoic, self-intent video. It's kind of a nice change of pace for me, to be honest, to actually live in my mortal body. But I just want you guys to have fun with it. You guys are actually, you know, on the same page with the divine plan, so why not make that work for you? And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.